I'm outside on my little farm, so you're going to hear a lot of the roosters carrying on and making noise. But I wanted to talk about something that's pretty important for people like me who are starting out on YouTube or Shopify or Etsy or any of those other places where you can become an influencer or a seller or make money trying to use the internet. And it's a very interesting phenomenon that's happening. Part of the reason that I'm bringing this up is because the influencers don't tell you the truth. They tell you pieces of the truth, but they don't tell you the whole truth. For instance, have you ever watched a video and thought, hey, I've seen that clip before someplace else, a piece of video or some what's called stock footage? And you probably have. It's stock media, and it's something that's used by influencers and people that basically are using stock media rather than generative media, which means it's already pre-set up. The difference between stock media and generative media is very, very different. Stock media is like a frozen dinner of content creation. It's quick, it's easy, it's convenient. But let's be honest, it's not gourmet. It's just pieces put together by AI that you can pull off Pixabay or some of the other places and put together yourself. It just makes it a little bit easier because you're just utilizing the AI to generate it. Stock videos are all pre-made, and that means that they weren't created for you, they're just created. They're general, overused, and a lot of the times they just feel very generic. You can scroll through thousands and thousands of clips and still not find the right one, the right look. So you go to a place called NVIDIA AI or some of the other video formats, and you rely on them to put them together. And sometimes they do a good job, and sometimes they do a fair job, and sometimes they do a really good. And oh, the wind is picking up. A lot of the pitfalls of stock media are using the same clips somebody else might be using in their video. It's not a copyright issue or anything like that, but yikes, it's not something you want fresh, new video. It's really hard to match your script to stock media because it's not generated for you. It's just generated around a script that you prepared, but it's not set up so that it's being generated at the same time as the script. It usually feels unnatural. A lot of the stock media pictures they don't even make sense. They don't make sense. They're the wrong picture for the wrong point in your script and what you're trying to say. There's no real flexibility, customization. You can do small edits, but even the edits turn out very poor. And let's not forget that they suck time because there's this endless scrolling and tweaking and cutting and just trying to make it feel like your own and original. And so you're doing all of this in little tiny snips on whatever video editing tool you're using. And it makes it very difficult. Generative media, on the other hand, is much more powerful. I guess that's the best way of putting it. It doesn't use pre-recorded clips. It creates videos from scratch to the script that you provide. And that's important because you want your script to match your video. So when you put in the script and you're using generative media, which means media produced at the same time, and it's built around your exact words, it makes it flow better. It makes it look better. The content is original, and mostly and more importantly, you control the tone, the setting, how things look, what you want it to say, how you want it to come together. You don't have to go in and put every little detail because it matches your script. And that's really important. So let's talk about what the influencers and gurus are saying and not saying. They make it sound like tools like NVIDIA AI is the perfect tool and you can use it for free and you can make all this money making these videos. And with a few words, the click of a button, and you can generate tens of thousands of dollars a month just by using the free version of, let's say, NVIDIA AI. That simply isn't true. It's not how it works. It's free and fast, but it doesn't give you the results that you want unless you pay. Because the only way to get generative media is to pay for it. And there are a few out there where you can do free pieces of generative media, very small, 2 to 3 to 5 second clips. You can't do full videos. You have to piece them together, which takes time, a lot of time. And in video AI, without having those generative clips, it's a mishmash of stock media, pictures that don't make sense. You may be telling the story of a family, and all of a sudden it's an African-American family that shows up on the screen, followed by an Asian family, followed by an American family, followed by a family of ducks. It really is that non-specific unless you put every single prompt exactly how you want it, defining every single person, every single character in your script has to be re-prompted, every single scene. And even then, with stock media, it's not going to come out the way that you want it to come out. It just doesn't work that way. The free version, the tools are extremely limited. To create high quality videos, you definitely need a paid account with tools that understand how to do storytelling and combine it all together. One of the biggest issues is that instant success claim. It sets up new creators like myself for disappointment. I'm smart enough to know I'm not going to make $1 million in 2 months or whatever everybody out there is saying. But I also want to tell you that as a new person doing this and as somebody who's trying to help other new people that are doing this, don't let the gurus and the influencers that are already out there making money, they've been through all this. They just don't want to tell you they've been through all this. They want you to think that they found the silver magic button to push and that everything went very well. And that's just not the way it works. You're going to think that you're doing something wrong when you don't go viral right away. You're not. You're just going through the same learning process that everybody has to go through. And I'm in that situation right now. I'm getting lots of views, particularly my shorts of my horses and things, but it's taking time. And that's okay. I was ready for that because I don't buy into the hype. And I'm just telling you, if you're new to this, don't buy into the hype. Watch other people, watch the influencers, watch what they do, listen to them, but also understand that they're not telling you the whole truth. They're telling you what's going to get you to subscribe to them, what's going to get you to watch their next video, because it's got to be the magic in there somewhere. And it just isn't. There's no magic to this. It's hard work and it's a lot of work. And that's basically what I want to talk to you about today, because these influencers out there are trying to make it sound like it's super easy, and it's just not. And it's not free. If they tell you that you could do everything that they're doing and they show you these clips and it's all free, they're not being honest with you. And that's the truth. So if you're just starting out, generative media is amazing. It's incredible. And you can build a business with it. It's going to take time, patience, obviously the right tools, and not the empty promises and free plans that the gurus are telling you are what's out there. You just don't need to be jumping on that bandwagon. You need to be ready to put in the hard work and be creative. Don't chase shortcuts. They don't work out. Learn the systems, invest in the tools, and build something that lasts. That's basically the bottom line of how this is going to work. There's no get-rich-quick scheme in all of this. There just isn't. You know, the influencers out there right now, they say it's simple. Just type a few words into ChatGPT, click a button, and boom, instant cash flow. Tens of thousands of dollars overnight. But let's be real. If it were that easy, everybody would be doing it. Not everybody across the globe, not just the thousands of people that are doing it. Everybody would be doing it. There are people that gave up before they ever got started because they realized that they weren't being told the truth. They make it sound like anyone can start using tools like video AI, that it's free, and just start making money. Remember that when you use free versions, you're either using stock media, which we talked about, rather than generative. But you also are going to end up with, most of them are going to put a watermark over what you're doing. So it doesn't even look like it's your work. Doesn't matter how creative you are. If that little watermark is on that video, it looks like, oh, they threw something in here and asked the video to make it, even if that's not the case. They say it's all free. Just sign up, type in a script, boom, instant content, instant uploads, instant going viral. It just doesn't work that way. I actually ran a test. I took the exact same video prompts for a video about penguins swimming. One I did for children. They're actually both supposed to be for children. But it's about a little penguin who doesn't want to swim because he's afraid. And the first one I did with generative media in a Disney Pixar style. And it turned out very cute, very nice. Kids love it. They watch it. So then I decided to do the same one in stock media. And I'm going to show you a clip of both.
Hey kids, are you ready for a heartwarming story? Today I'm going to tell you all about a little penguin named Pedro who was afraid to swim. But don't worry, it's a happy story with a great ending. So, once upon a time in a snowy land far, far away.
And you tell me which one you would rather watch, have your children watch, or even be interested in seeing. The one with stock media, although there's a lot of penguins on the film and there's a lot of penguins doing things, swimming and such, it doesn't capture a child the way the Disney Pixar style one that I did captures a child. It's informative in such a way that it teaches kids that you can overcome fears of things and that sort of thing. But the one that is stock media, it's just awkward and boring. It's not anywhere near what the first one was. So the generative version kind of feels like it flows, like everything is in succession. The one with stock media, it's just stock clips. That's all it is. A clip here of penguins, a clip there of penguins, maybe one penguin, maybe a group of penguins, just a bunch of penguins. And so it doesn't look as good. And I think that if you agree with me, type I agree in the comments below, because it just isn't the same. So generative media is very expensive. You're not just downloading footage, you're generating a custom video. That's why. And that takes serious computing power, design logic, and production grade AI. And unfortunately, when using stock media, you can go on to Pixabay. They have free videos that you can use commercially. Just stream a bunch of those together and you're going to have the same effect as AI stock video. And so it's just not the same. So the difference between ordering takeout and hiring a private chef, that's the difference. They don't tell you about the limitations. The gurus don't. They don't tell you that the free versions that they promote, again, slap watermarks on your work, cannot do the things that the little clips they show you are doing. These are not on free video. They'll hype it up like you can run a business without spending a dime. But high quality generative content, the kind people will actually pay for, requires a premium plan. And that's not just a tool. You need creativity, storytelling, editing skills, and a strong message even to stand out. So no, you won't be making $10,000 overnight with a free AI tool. It just doesn't work that way. But with the right mindset, some creative hustle, and smart use of generative media, you can build something real. You can subscribe to this if you're here for the truth and not the hype. There'll be more coming later to help you build smarter and be able to move on. I did want to share one last thing with you, and that is the fact that in Video AI, I purchased the generative media plan. It cost me $95 a month. They bill you not by the month, but they bill you for the year, and then it's set up on auto. So I had to prepay $1,152, which was a 20% discount because they had a special going on. So I paid $1,152 per year to get that discount, and they took that right away. But they only give you 15 minutes of generative video or media every month. 15 minutes. That means I can do 3 5-minute videos or 5 3-minute videos. Then, if I want to do more generative media, I have to pay $40 for the next set of, sorry, my pool cleaner just went by and I thought there was something behind me. But anyway, so you have to pay $40 to $90 to add a little more generative media if you want to keep going. But again, they bill that by the year. So they're going to add that on, and by the time it was all said and done, they wanted me to pay another $2,000 just to add additional generative media each month. So I'm sticking to the 15 minutes that I get and trying to utilize those videos for what's important to me, which is creating children's videos with those because I like doing them. But you see the hype. Oh, you can create 30 videos in an hour and make $500 today. No, you can't. No, you can't. By the time you edit, by the time you come up with the script, and I know everybody uses ChatGPT, everybody uses Hailu, everybody uses all these other things, not only to write the scripts, but to do the clips, but you still have to edit. You still have to put your own creativity on it to make it yours. And you still have to work at it. It's not going to make you rich overnight. So if you like what I've had to say, you want more information, I'm happy to share it with you because I'm going through it right now. I'm very new at this, and I've been doing a lot of homework, and I've watched hundreds of influencers' videos, and the hype is enough to get you excited, but also enough to let you down in the long run. So if you like my video, hit me a thumbs up, and please subscribe. It'll help me get a start, and I can talk about how that helps me in future videos. Thanks, guys. See you next time.